boss.
No, he's just
right?
had a honeymoon.
This like married life. Oh no.
Yes,
That's why he's so happy. He's just had his honeymoon.
But
and then it ends up like Manchester
Oh
United.
my
Then it ends up crap.
Oh, no.
It doesn't. Hello and welcome to the latest episode of Yahoo Footballing Weekly with me, weekly Yahoo columnist Neil Humphreys.
And me, permanent Yahoo editor, Chia and Keong. And we've got the happiest EPL fan today with us, man. Look at him.
Daryl.
Sunglasses, cool sunglasses and all, man.
Daryl Spykerman, who is dressed like he's from Reservoir Dogs. He's already insufferable and we've barely started. Tell him why you're happy.
Good day, gentlemen. How are we?
Oh, we're fine.
Feeling
well,
good.
well, all right. How about you? You look like you're
Just had a
smiling all the
look-
way,
yeah,
man.
looking at my app, Spurs top of the table.
Yes.
8 wins, 2 draws, 10 games.
Yes. You're
Top of the
buzzing.
league. Top of the league.
Since the insufferable Daryl has been on the podcast, he's got married, bought a new home, and his team are top of the table. So things are looking good for you, right?
All's good, all's good.
What
The
a
Singapore
season,
dream,
man.
guys.
What a
This
season,
is what you
man.
need.
Oh, fantastic. Well, congratulations to you, Daryl. We
Thanks,
will
guys.
get to Tottenham shortly,
Definitely.
inevitably.
Yeah.
But as always, thanks to wonderful folks like Daryl and your good selves who watch us every week. You know the drill. We have a sponsor, StarHub, and we have something just for you.
Yep. Now the Premier League is going on, so you got to sign up to watch it live. $22 per month with no lock-in. The StarHub Premier League package.
Brilliant.
Good deal. And if you are from the pioneer generation, even better deal. Half price, $12.61.
I'm almost a pioneer generation.
Yeah.
Aren't I? If I die, if it goes a
Yeah,
little
we've
bit
got about
grayer,
20 more years to go.
Any
20
more-
more years to go.
any more grayer, and I'll qualify.
Are you a young senior? So
Yes, I'm a very young senior.
I'm like
Near-
couple of years to
on
young
the
senior.
knocking
Still
on the
cannot
door.
qualify. but,
Brilliant deal. Brilliant deal for
yeah.
pioneers. Brilliant deal for all
Yep.
Singaporeans. Just log on
Yep.
here.
The website's here. Go and sign up. Yep.
Wonderful StarHub deal. And then, if you sign up for the StarHub deal, you get to watch the Manchester United implosion. Week on week, worse on worse. The nightmare, the circus, the show continues. I'm enjoying it.
I am. Me too.
Just
Hope
purely
it
from
never
the-
ends, but
Purely from the Shakespearean tragedy of it, I'm enjoying it. What did you make of it?
And then you can see like Gary Neville and Roy Keane squirming in their seats. Oh, it's so
Feisty.
fun.
They were Jamie
Feisty.
Carragher.
Yeah.
Feisty.
And now it's come to the stage. I know after that 3-0 defeat by Manchester City over the weekend, you can't say that Erik Ten Hag there's no blame for him again. I think,
Finally, I agree.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, for last season we've been saying that he's a great manager. Comes in breath of fresh air, got the team into shape, won the League Cup. Did everything he could to lift the team up, and full credit to him for last season. But this season started out, the Jadon Sancho situation was not really well handled on his part, and then
Nor was Mason Greenwood.
was Mason Greenwood wasn't, but that could be the whole
That's the
club
whole
thing.
club,
Okay,
yeah.
fair enough. But that derby defeat on Sunday, first of all, tactics are weird. You put up 3 central midfielders, central defenders in a 4-man defense, and obviously, and you can see Erling Haaland to advantage, completely unmarked for the second goal. So whose fault is it? And why they put the 3 defenders? And then substitutions were weird also. Rashford wasn't performing. Højlund was everywhere, and he took Højlund out in the second half. And then Mason Mount wasn't even starting. It got Scott McTominay starting. It's also weird that you bought him for 50 million or so, and then you still don't start him. So the whole system looked like a mess. And I don't know what's happened to Erik Ten Hag. I mean, is he hampered by the management or whatever it is? But it really looks like he has got no excuse for the loss, and then he still say, "Oh, I think we have played well." It's a bit jarring the way he analysed now. Right?
What do you think, Daryl?
I think it was at times fun to watch, but overall
always fun to watch.
as a neutral, like watching the game, I think tough for a lot of Man United fans. A lot of them were a bit emotional because of the tribute to Sir Bobby and all this. But when the game started, the Man City showed their class. And United, a lot of strange selections by Ten Hag playing Lindelof, was it at left back? Yeah, but I think he played. I think Varane is not fit to play like 2-3 games a week, so Varane was on the bench or didn't play. but the tactics just didn't work. And then Man City put Bernardo Silva like overlapping down the left.
Yeah, it
and
just
then like
killed them,
Man
yeah.
United just didn't know what to do. It's like what Pep does. Ten Hag couldn't match it, and the players were not up to scratch. Maybe Rashford is not in form, not doing well, but like he just keeps playing. Maybe Ten Hag is hoping he will come to some sort of form. Højlund is great, but still young, still raw. And like the rookie mistake in giving away the penalties, like the dark arts, and like he kind of fell for it, just like half a second or a second holding on too long to Rodri, give away the penalty. And then once United gave away the penalty, they kind of, the players just kind of like, oh, it's just difficult, and then they couldn't overcome it. And then so many times Bernardo Silva got down the line and then crossed, and then Haaland had one chance he went with his foot instead of his head. He had another one he went with his head at the end of the first half. Onana, brilliant save.
Yep.
But I think he finally got it right at the start of the second
was
half.
extraordinary.
Yeah.
Completely unmarked.
Yeah, well, the marking, right?
Yeah.
So
It's
I
so
think he saw
shocking.
everyone running towards the ball, and he found space and then killed it off. And really, Man United not on Man City's level. It's kind of amazing. It's
In
just
fact,
been
in fact,
10
it's
years.
further than last season.
I
further.
think that's true. And I think on this one, when it comes to Manchester United, both schools of thought can be completely correct here.
Yeah.
Gary Neville is right.
Yes.
They are rotting from the top down. There is a complete lack of corporate direction, corporate focus. The stadium's a joke. The recruitment's a joke. All of that's fine. But equally, Jamie Carragher is also absolutely right. That has nothing to do with the Glazers, what we saw on the pitch.
It's the players and manager.
Exactly. What I said in my column for Yahoo still stands. What is Manchester United? What is their structure? What is their playing style? His mob, Postico, has been there 5 minutes. They have a clear, fast, quick passing, pressing style, the Postico Ange ball that he's been pioneering now for 15 years. That's in a matter of weeks. Ten Hag has been there 18 months. I don't know their starting 11. I don't know their starting forward line. I don't know their best midfielders. They just seem to do some pressing and some long balls, hit and hope. It's a disaster from top to bottom. The Glazers haven't got a clue, even if they're selling the club. Ten Hag hasn't got a clue his best 11, what his lineup is, what his anything. Nothing about Manchester United is working at the moment. I think they are an utterly broken club from top to bottom.
And I do feel that he overachieved too much last season.
Yeah.
And it's always, when a new manager comes into Manchester United, Jose Mourinho, even Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, there's this first season bounce.
There's always a honeymoon.
There's always honeymoon. You go to a new workplace, right? And you see a new boss come to a new workplace. Everybody wants to please the new boss.
No, he's just
right?
had a honeymoon.
This is a married life. Oh no.
Yes,
That's why he's so happy. He's just had his honeymoon.
but
and then it ends up like Manchester United.
My
Then it ends up crap.
Oh, no.
It doesn't.
But any new boss come to a new workplace, you want to please the new boss, right? So everybody that really puts in the effort in the first season, puts in the efforts, and then everybody's playing on form, everybody's on. And then now that comes the second season, it's like, we are a bit too far from Manchester City. I mean, everybody's coasting a bit and not doing well. And it's up to Erik Ten Hag to I think he needs to really wield the axe on more of the current senior players. I think McTominay, Anthony
Who's been one of
Martial.
their better players, though.
Yeah.
McTominay's
Okay,
been one of their better players.
really needs to chop off this, sever the ties with the previous.
But
the
maybe,
past.
it's difficult. Like remember when he first started last season, they lost the first 2 games, and then like he sort of punished them the next day. They came into training, but he ran with them, and they're like, okay, so the boss is running, and we are also gonna run, and we're gonna buck up. That maybe helped them through the start of the season. And then when he moved on, I mean, the club decided to let Ronaldo go, and he also agreed, and then the club backed him. And then there was once, I think like Rashford was late for a team meeting, and then he like dropped him for a game, and then everyone like, wow, okay, so like don't mess with the boss. And they kind of backed him also with the
that worked
Sancho
for the
deal.
first season.
Correct.
But now the Sancho one, it hasn't worked because like, okay, Sancho is out of line, but he hasn't like reconciled it. And then why are you wasting this asset? Like you're not
Correct.
playing him at all. So
You
that's
got a point.
That's on him.
But that ties in with what we were saying earlier. Because the club is rotten at both ends, these players know they're getting away with it,
Yeah,
right? So that's why I think Manchester United has become this graveyard for elite footballers. Paul Pogba knew it didn't matter how poor he was, how little he played, no one was going to get rid of him. And you could say the same about Eriksen, who's a much better personality. Eriksen, Casemiro, Martial, McTominay,
I think
Fernandes.
Bruno as captain doesn't work when it's bad for the club.
Correct.
Bad
It's such a
results,
long list of players who are coasting through their careers, leading towards this graveyard of talent, because they know basically the club is in such a mess. There's not going to be any repercussions.
Yeah.
And nobody will buy these players because
Right.
they're earning good money. Like, who's going to buy them? Like Saudi Pro League
Correct.
again. Like,
Which is
no.
why both cases are correct. Poor recruitment leads you to overpaid players who can coast through their careers knowing that no one else is going to buy them. They're not going to get that money anywhere else unless they go to Saudi. So they'll just stay there and ride it out and coast through it. They haven't got a Cancelo situation at Man City. I don't like what you do in Cancelo, says Pep. You're gone.
Yeah,
They
just loan
just
him out.
don't do that at Manchester United.
So do you think Erik Ten Hag should be sacked or should he stay?
Keep him.
Give him.
Keep him. Keep the
Carry
man.
on.
I don't think he should be sacked yet. But I would say, I had
Hag.
a look at his 16 signings. I won't go through the loan signings, but Mason Mount, not doing anything. Anthony, Onana, Wout Weghorst, Casemiro, Johnny Evans, Sabitzer, Amrabat, Eriksen, your old mate, Reguilon, Højlund, and Martinez. Of that entire list, I would only say Martinez, who is injured at the moment, right? Højlund, possibly. Out of 16 Ten Hag signings, you've got one possible and one maybe. That's just not good enough. Right? Any other manager would have been sacked already. 16 signings, only one or two are successful. Should Ten Hag be sacked? What do you think? Let us know at
Yahoo Southeast Asia on YouTube, Yahoo SG, Yahoo_MY on Twitter, Yahoo SEA on TikTok.
Look at him sitting up. He knows what's coming. He knows what's coming, balls. All right, show your shirt off. Show your shirt off.
8 wins, 2 draws, no defeats.
What do you think?
Tottenham, top of the league after 10 games.
When are the wheels going to fall off? Because that's all I'm waiting for. At
So
this
so
time-
so
at this
here's
moment.
no pressure, but
What's the
of
plan?
all the teams who have got so much points
Yeah,
after 10 games,
yeah.
none of them have finished lower than the top 4. So no pressure. No pressure. No pressure.
And
No pressure. Let's first show you how it's done.
Yeah.
Let me just say, Daryl, objectively, if you were the first team, Tottenham Hotspur, to break that trend, I would piss myself laughing. All right, I just want to get that out there
Save this podcast.
No pressure.
for the public. No, I don't think you will. But go on. What's going so right for you at
Yeah,
Tottenham?
it's been amazing. Like Postico has come in, and then he's really got all the players on side with him, and then they buy into his ideas. I think it helped that there were a lot of new players who came in, and then the style he wanted to play, a lot of the players bought in. But the club also did back him with the players. Like we already had Christian Romero, we brought in Van de Ven, and then we brought in Vicario as the goalkeeper. So like
All good
it
signings,
works, yeah. Like
and that's the difference.
and then like Man United, they want to play maybe a similar style to that, but they don't have the players like centre back. How can Johnny Evans still be playing? How can Maguire still be playing, for example? So like back to Spurs, and then it just started off well, good results. Sometimes lucky result against Liverpool, but we did well to go to the Emirates to get a draw also, and then it just kept on winning. Not playing in Europe also helps because you only have a game every 7 days. Went out of the League Cup, so you really have all the time to train and then get everything on. And then for the supporters going, like they're so happy going to the stadium now. Previously, like under Jose and Conte, like the players felt, the supporters felt like, I don't want to be going, watching all
No, it's
these.
sexy.
it's
It's
just-
sexy times. But how far can they go? Can they do it,
How
Leicester?
far? It's too early. Too early to say. It's only been 10 games. Maybe I'll come back at game week 20 and game week
Who said you're
30.
coming back?
What? Who said you're coming back? This is the last one.
If you keep winning, you're definitely not coming back.
If you're
No, it's
losing, then
still-
we'll talk.
Yeah,
Consider.
it's still,
I'm
it's still too early. You can't talk about
No,
winning,
it
like,
is,
the
it
league
is,
in, like,
But it's just another reason
October,
why
November, but I'm so happy.
Of course, and just another reason why I love Ange Postecoglou, because he keeps saying the same thing. Enjoy the moment. You
Yeah.
don't have to sort of downgrade your expectations or hopes. You watch football to be excited.
Yeah.
You watch football to escape from the drudgery of daily life. So why would he come along and say, oh no, one game at a time, crap? He's not doing any of the usual cliches, any of the usual sound bites. He's like, we're top of the table, guys. Enjoy it.
And surprisingly, it's common sense. It's like it's very
Yeah.
everything he says. Like that's common sense.
He speaks like the man on the
Yeah,
street.
He speaks like we thought that sounds right.
Yeah.
It's not like Erik Ten Hag saying, "Oh, we played well despite we losing 3-0 against Man City." It's like, you can feel like that's delusion. That's too entrenched in your own thinking.
He said, He says, we're top of the table.
Yeah.
We haven't lost. I'm loving it.
Yeah, loving it.
What do you want me to do?
Yeah.
One game at a time.
No,
We're
that's
only looking ahead to the next 3 points. No, man, I'm top of the table and I'm having a blast. That's what he should be doing.
Robbie Williams is behind us. The Fawns is behind us.
The Fonz. Oh, yeah, Henry Winkler, right? I saw that because what was it? He said he had Postico had a Fonzie poster
Fonzie poster
on his wall. So Henry Winkler came out and
said,
supported
yeah.
it.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, on social media. Even the Fonz is backing
Amazing.
Tottenham at the moment. That's a reference for anyone over 50.
So, but I think the next few games are important. Chelsea,
Yeah.
Wolves, Aston Villa, which is playing
Yeah,
very
Villa
well
also
right now,
playing well, right?
and then Man City.
Yeah. So I think when we look back, Spurs did have like a easier run of games. A lot of games like were in London. The clubs were so-called lower ranked teams as well, like Bournemouth, Luton, or whatever. So now it's the tougher games like Chelsea, Man City, Aston Villa. So we'll see how Spurs can perform. I think against Chelsea it'll be tricky. Like Chelsea, they played Arsenal. They played quite well in moments. But towards the end, Arsenal came back.
2 goals.
And then, but then Chelsea over the weekend, like they couldn't break down Bournemouth and
Brentford.
Brentford, sorry, and Brentford, got the 2-0 win.
Yep.
So,
So I think
I'm hoping
few
for a Spurs win.
I think after these 4 games, I will give a better judgment of the credentials. But no, full credit lah. I think
Enjoy
still-
it.
Yeah,
Just
enjoy it for the moment.
it.
Yeah.
Enjoy Tottenham being top of the table because it will not last. But enjoy it while it happens. But I tell you what I am enjoying. Jude Bellingham.
Oh,
I wanted to have a word about Jude
What
Bellingham.
a
This kid,
performance.
I said it at the World Cup, and I remember you saying to me, he did, am I jumping the gun? Because I said at the time he was the best young, qualify that, young English midfielder, and I said he was
Saka.
better than Steven Gerrard at that age. I think we're safe to say that's way past that now.
That's one match after one match.
One match, the
Okay,
guy
what is the
scored.
sample
Okay,
size?
one
match.
The
one
sample size
13,
is
13 games. Come
The
on.
guy scored 2 goals in a Clasico against
Okay.
Barcelona.
Okay,
Scored
one was a brilliant
Scored
goal.
a worldie from 1,000 yards.
And then last minute-
Scored the winner in stoppage time. He already owns the
team.
Bernabeu.
Yeah.
He does that wonderful Christ the Redeemer pose. I am the God of Madrid every time he scores. I've never seen confidence, all-round ability. He drives the entire team.
20 years old.
He's 20 years old. Well, is he better than Gerrard at 20? Hell yeah, of course he is. Gerrard was barely
Okay,
breaking into the Liverpool team.
Okay.
This guy is completely dominating 2 of the greatest teams in one of the greatest fixtures in world football. And he won that game effectively on his own.
Yep.
It is terrifyingly exciting how good Bellingham could
Yeah.
become.
And I think he's the most exciting player since Kylian Mbappe
In world football.
in world football.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
for England, certainly
Yeah.
for me, since
And,
Gaza.
and it's great that he and Haaland and Mbappe are around the same
Yeah,
age.
so
And
new
then
generation coming
this
through.
new generation,
Yeah.
this 3 will be the best
I'll go
players.
a step further. I already think Bellingham's better than
Bellingham?
Mbappe. I do. I think that Mbappe exploded, but there's still an element of Mbappe. And I think it's because we're spoiled. We were spoiled with Ronaldo and Messi. If we take those 2 out of the equation, Mbappe's been great. But there's something about me that I just want him to do a little bit more at club level.
true.
Just to break out of that Neymar bubble.
You want him to leave PSG?
Yes,
Okay,
absolutely.
okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, how about this? If Bellingham leads Real Madrid to the Champions League this season,
Yes.
I would say he's definitely better than Gerrard. Now I'm still having a bit of doubt.
that's ridiculous.
I'm still having my doubts.
The
I'm still
Liverpool
having my
I
doubts.
was
fan.
going to say he's the best player in the world.
I will also say that he's the best player in the world if he wins.
If that boy, and I still call him a boy, if that boy dominates Real Madrid the way he is,
Yep.
and carries that into England form, and wins
Euro
Real Madrid the
2024.
title of any kind, he is, without a doubt, in my humble opinion, the best player in the world.
as such, he's already just been named the best
Young
FIFA's
player.
best player under 21 in the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
Which leads us segue nicely to the next thing.
Messi.
Lionel Messi winning his 8th Ballon d'Or.
What do you think? Well, I'm just going to say this because I know there's some opinions out there that it should have been Haaland and it's a robbery. How it's only a sentimental vote.
Come on.
To the Haaland fans, I'll just say I adore Haaland. I think he's been one of the greatest things to happen to English football. He won a treble. He scored a gazillion goals.
And it's got a nice attitude. Like,
great attitude.
Great attitude.
Any other season, Any other season, he walks the Ballon d'Or. But this year, you're dealing with a freak. You're dealing with an alien. Lionel Messi tailored his entire season towards the World Cup. He eased off with PSG deliberately. He even managed himself so extraordinarily in the World Cup games. If you watched him play, he didn't run around too much.
But when
he was
gets the ball-
deliberately managing his energy so that he could have that quick burst and deliver the winner. He single-handedly, at the age of 35, took his country to World Cup glory. For me, it's not even close.
Yeah.
Ballon d'Or, no
I
problem.
mean, it's the story of the year.
Yeah.
The year which included that 2022 World Cup final. You know, it brings so much joy to so many football fans. And I agree, Haaland and even Mbappe, who came in third, I think.
And he was great in the World Cup.
Yeah, they were great players who also, occasion will provide joy with their goals. But the thing about Messi is whenever he gets the ball, you already get excited. What's he gonna do? How's he gonna do? And you wanted him to the thing inside him, you all wanted him to win that World Cup just to show that he's already among the greatest in the world. And he succeeds finally in one of the best finals in recent history. And it's like, how can you not give him that honor, that for all the joy that he brings to so many fans this year?
I agree 100%.
Yeah.
Disagree? Agree? I know you think Son Heung-min should have won. But apart from Son
Harry
Heung-min...
Kane.
Are you
But
happy,
I think
Messi?
Yeah, when Messi won the World Cup, you kind of knew that he was going to win like all the other individual awards. And the Ballon d'Or is decided by journalists, 100 journalists from like the top 100 FIFA ranked nations. So it's kind of, you will get the buy-in, they'll write all the headlines for you. I guess it could have gone either way, right? If like Mbappe had led France to another World Cup, you're like, Mbappe.
I think
But even-
for sure.
yeah,
But
fair
it's just when Messi won the World Cup, you knew like anything he didn't have to do anything. He could sit around for the next 6 months. He'll still win like a Ballon d'Or award.
I think the results were fair.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think
Haaland
it's
was
fair.
second. He wins
Haaland
the
was
treble.
second, yeah.
Mbappe third. I think that's fine. Don't forget, Messi even won one of those Disney Mickey Mouse Cups for
Yeah,
Inter.
like the league.
Inter.
I think it was the League Cups for
Miami.
Inter Miami. It was
Yeah.
like a
It was like
tournament
the-
among the
it was like the
clubs in
Europa,
North America.
the Europa Conference League Cup of Miami.
Yeah.
So, what do you think? Should Messi have won? Let us know as usual. Before we finish, let's have your favourite memory, goal, moment of Messi.
I have okay. I have the okay. Wait.
He's getting all teed up now.
So I've seen Messi playing in person, and that was a really weird occasion. It was the final of the Beijing Olympics football final
All right.
in Beijing at the Beijing Olympics. I wasn't even down to cover it, but I got a day off that day, and I somehow got the scalp the ticket. That ticket was very, very, very important in demand. Scalp ticket. I was at a nosebleed seat watching it at 12 in the afternoon, at noontime, the kickoff. So it was really hot. Everybody is sweating a lot. And he made one that pass that released Angel Di Maria to score the winner against Nigeria in the final. So that was my memory of Messi in person.
This is like 2008.
2008.
Olympics, right?
But the one moment that I cannot forget is, and you have to Google it, Messi versus Getafe, 2007. He ran past like half the defense from halfway line, almost like Maradona, like to score the goal. That is like genius,
Yeah.
absolute genius.
What about you?
I think for me, Messi, a lot of it was watching Champions League. I think was it 2009 Champions League versus Man United. He scored a header, and I was like, what is he doing scoring a header?
That's the one.
And then I watched it back this morning. Like the cross came in, and then he not say out jump, but he like outmaneuvered Rio Ferdinand to head it past Van der Sar. It's like, how did he do
Two
it?
of
So
the
like,
greatest,
so that was like, okay,
back
it
when-
was not about like how high you jump, but like maybe his positioning and the timing of it. Yeah. And then when Spurs played Barcelona in the Champions League like group game at Wembley Stadium at the time, and then Spurs lost 4-2. And Messi just kind of hit the post twice, and he still scored twice as well. And it was all about like his positioning, and then like just putting the ball past Elderweireld, past Hugo Lloris, and like my all-time favorite is like every Messi goal against Arsenal in the Champions League. He destroyed them. That was like 2010, 2011. There was these seasons where like Arsenal were it was 2-2 after the first leg, and then they went to Nou Camp and he scored a first half hat-trick. And he was just like this force of will, or like he just overpowered them, like overpowered the defense and the keeper. You can see like the keeper at the time, Almunia or what, he was like, can't stop him. Or the defenders like, how do we stop this guy? He finds a way in, he wiggles through, he dribbles, he's so fast, so powerful, the shots, you couldn't handle him.
Unbelievable. Well, my favourite Messi moment is a bit like yours. It was in the stadium. I was at the World Cup in 2014 in Brazil, and I think it was Belo Horizonte where I was, I think. But it was Iran against Argentina. Do you remember that game? And it was 0-0. And because of the difference, I had to file the copy before the final whistle. So 0-0, I had to file the copy with 5 minutes to go. So I've done the whole great point for Asia, held up, Asian pride and all that. Filed the copy, sent it, and I'm sitting back and I'm in the stadium and I'm watching it. And Messi picks up the ball on the right flank. And I'm going, don't do it. Don't do it. He cuts inside. This is like the 89th minute. He beats one player. Don't do it, Messi. Don't. And the Argentines are going,
Lionel.
He comes in one more time. Messi, I mean this. Don't do it. Opens up his body, left foot, curls it into the corner. The crowd explodes, and you hear one Angmo in the stadium go, "You genius!" And then I'm off like a lunatic. But now I love that. I love the fact that I was there to effectively see Messi do what Messi does, which is win a game on his own.
Yeah.
What do you think, folks? What is your favourite Lionel Messi? Is he the greatest of all time? Of course he is. Should he have won the 8th Ballon d'Or? Of course he should have done. Yep. But if you agree or disagree, send all your comments to
Yahoo Southeast Asia on YouTube, Yahoo SG, Yahoo_MY on Twitter, Yahoo SEA on TikTok.
And remember, thanks to you wonderful people watching and tuning in every week, we have our wonderful sponsor, StarHub, who will give you
Premier League package at $25, $22 per month with no lock-in. Or if you are Pioneer Generation, it's even better, half price, $12.61.
Brilliant. Daryl, thanks for coming on, as always. As he Spurs, do we have to keep having him back if they keep winning?
Not really.
Not really, right?
Every week they're top.
They're going to go.
It's going to get really annoying, isn't it?
It is.
It's going to get really annoying.
Even more annoying than
Even more annoying. But anyway, thanks to Daryl, thanks to Tottenham, thanks to all of you. Do keep watching, do keep sending in your comments, and join us in part 2, where we will ask you, should a leading player in the English Championship play for Singapore? So see you very soon in part 2. Take care.